What time is it?
It's big slappy time.
Well, we're back in Hades Town.
Back in Hades Town.
Well, we're down here.
Yes.
In hell.
Uh,
Yeah.
So what's going on down here? You tell me.
There's some breaking news.
Breaking. This is...
Badger theory is off the table.
Yes. Badger theory's no more. I saw a suspect.
Okay, you saw an animal.
Leaping. Across...
Oh, was it a flying
mouse.
Squirrel?
A mouse. It was a mouse.
You didn't even let me guess.
Sorry. The hindquarters gave him
a
away.
tale?
Yes.
All right, so we have at least a mouse.
A mouse. We got some traps. We're just doing what we have to do at this point.
Are traps out yet?
They're not out yet, but they will be as soon as this recording is done. I've done my last clean.
You did your little potpourri sachets around?
Oh my God. Potpourri sachets. I mean, I don't like, I think what those would only be helpful for is pre-nest. Like when a single mouse
Pre-nest.
or two lovers come into a place and they're like, should we nest here? You fling them around and they're like, no, let's get out of here. But I think once the nesting has happened, once there's like 10 mice running around, I think that those are not going to really hack it.
What I worry is, have you seen the Rats of Nim, Mrs. Frisbee?
Of course.
Yeah. So I'm
Nicodemus.
worried. Right, Nicodemus. So what if one of the baby mice is sick and they wanted to move out, but they couldn't?
See, when you start anthropomorphizing, editorializing, sensationalizing, some would say, these creatures, then that's why I don't want, that's why I don't love the traps. But
well, they're not out yet, and we don't know if you'll make it now that you've seen the creature.
Now that I've seen, I know it's hard. It's hard to watch, but out of sight, out of mind. Just like my tortured beefs and bacons and whatnot. It's kind of like what.
Tortured beef was my nickname in high school.
Ooh, tortured beef. You were a very goth little piece of ace.
But mouse to badger theory gives me an errata. Is it too early for errata in the program?
Never too early for errata. I would even say during sound check we could start in with the errata.
Hit it.
In errata de vida, honey.
All right.
Very nice.
So what I wanted to say about that is our errata was my badger theory didn't track well to the staircase, to the owl theory.
To the owl, yes. I don't know where these wounds in my head came from, by the way.
Right. Because that was like, I guess it did. A spoiler for a 900-year-old documentary. But she was attacked by an owl and then did fall down the stairs. Because I said you fell down the stairs. But really the police said that the husband beat her with I think it was the poker from the fire. Yes,
I believe it was the fire poker, yeah.
But he was exonerated from that accusation because they found it and had no DNA. Remember they found it later in the garage?
That's right. They did find it, but didn't you? I mean, we watched that whole saga, and then there was another follow-up.
No, because there were the weird lacerations in her skull that dug in and then dragged, and it definitely is talons. I think that this is the kind of thing where people are like, oh, the owl theory, that would track to a conspiracy, if you were mapping it onto some political situation. But really, crazy things do happen. And I guess it was nesting season for the owls. So they said that there were some mama owls that might have been aggressive.
Right.
So she wasn't the only person to be attacked by an owl.
No. Owls will attack.
Yeah. You're out at night. You take a Xanny. Don't know what's coming or going.
Bottles of red.
Yeah. Bottle of white.
Here comes the owl.
The great white owl.
Yeah. So
basically, but badger theory, when I listened back to the episode last week, I'm not articulating this very well. I didn't think that I had tracked the analogy well.
I see what you're saying, yes.
But it doesn't matter now. It's all moot.
Now it's all moot because I saw the boot.
It's a mouse, bitch.
From a mouse, yes.
Okay,
you bet a mouse, bitch.
But you said, you bet a mouse, bitch. You were saying it was a rat. Rats.
I thought because of the size of the turds, but this was certainly not, unless it was a baby rat. But I know the difference between mouse haunches and rat haunches.
Really?
Certainly. Yeah, I mean,
That's
the tail alone.
I don't know if I do.
The tail alone.
The tail. Oh, the tail.
Yes.
I thought you were referring to the
tail of Nicodemus.
Tom Kitten or whatever. Yeah, okay. I'm trying to figure it out.
The rat haunches, the legs. I mean, it's clear from any. You could probably pull. Those zoom in. Those children will be in like Highlights magazine or something where it's a super close up and like, what is this, kids? Yeah. You could take any part of the rat, is my point. Even though they seem very similar to a mouse, you could take any part: the ears, the snout, the hump. Oh my God. Oh, Lord.
For the listeners, some tape that Murf has stuck to the ceiling of our subterranean studio just detached and is blowing. Okay, take a photo of that.
Let me get a photo of this. Now,
this is great.
This just startled me to an unsettling degree.
Well, we were discussing the intruder. It makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, my word.
It was very funny listening back when our mail carrier collapsed on the porch.
Yes.
Like, that was very funny. Like, we both had like a paranoid moment.
We did. We had a moment.
A moment of paranoia.
A moment in this moment.
Yeah.
So that's your inerrata. Do you have any other ineratas?
Yeah, I really do.
I thought that was a mouse rat jumping out. I thought it was
mouse rat?
Well, yeah. I forgot I'd even put that up there. But there's just a little. There's some touches that need to be done here. We won't bore you with any more of the production behind the scenes, but the studio is in flux, let's just say.
People are like, no badger.
No,
goodbye.
Yeah, no badger, goodbye. You're going to stop. There are at least 2 people who are going to stop listening. Out of I now think we've bumped into triple digits of listeners. So let's not lose if you're listening. If you're listening for badgers.
Let me get into it then. Will you just tear that down? That's very distracting.
That it's dangling.
The dangler. Thank you, dear. Oh, come on. Yeah. What if the whole ceiling just collapsed?
It's possible.
Goodbye forever, listeners.
It's very possible.
Thanks for getting us to triple digits. All right, other errata.
Other erratas.
We were opining upon where Kanye and Mike Myers had crossed paths. And we were saying, is it MTV Music Awards? Is it whatever? It was actually an event to raise money or awareness for Katrina.
Yes, it was an official Katrina event. It was like a live telethon of sorts.
Yeah, so it was still a bold move to use his platform in that way from Kanye. Well, yeah, but it was at least in line with what they were discussing.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, no, you're right. It didn't come out of absolutely nowhere. It was specifically Katrina. About Katrina, and we did throw the receipt of that video in the description of last episode. So if you did watch it, there's no way to explain Mike Myers' reaction.
No, you can't,
because it was delicious. And then they throw to Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker.
We have our own issues with Tucker. There's no way he's not in these Epstein files.
He was an Epstein boy.
Of course,
didn't he take those trips that they did bad things?
He took the trips where they did bad things. He also, the 1 Degree of Separation, Ratner, the Rat Man, Brett Ratner, made Tucker's with the Rush Hour movies,
and
made Tucker's career, and with the Epstein connection and the.
But Brett Ratner, you just told me this morning.
Oh, yes. Also Ratner, yes, is directed the Melania doc.
That is so crazy.
Which is wonderful.
You can't write that. That would be like a sketch, like who did, and you'd be like, oh, let's get all the goals. Weinstein producing,
yes,
Ratner directing,
Ratner directing,
Woody Allen
starring,
yes.
You get the dream team together for that Melania
for the Melania doc.
Yes.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's just Ghislaine as Melania. No, it's a very
in the doc.
You couldn't in any of the reenactment scenes. I feel like what's funny about that is, there's a lot funny about it. Ratner was always a douche, has been a douche for decades.
He's gross.
He sucked. Yeah, he was I was saying my favorite section in his Wikipedia is just titled "Sexual Assault Allegations and Epstein Files." That's an entire section.
When that's a whole section, yeah.
You've done something. You've done many things, in fact.
Because usually that stuff is tucked in like a controversies or like personal.
It warrants its own heading with the Rat Man.
That's bad. That's a bad sign.
He also, like a lot of these things, it's like before they even surface in the Epstein files that are now leaking out. And we have a lot to say about that, but we can get into that as its own heading of this Wikipedia.
Boy, howdy.
Of this Wikipedia episode. But he was a douche, was a crazy Zionist for a long time, but also even all that aside was just like, he was in that generation of directors like Bryan Singer, who's also a predator, but Mick G, who I don't think did anything too drastic, is my understanding. But those They were like,
it's like
MTV directors who went
mid
from
bros who
mid-bros.
probably like just got a job because they were like partying with the right people.
Partying with the right people, and then they were doing music videos like yes.
Together.
Yeah. And then they do a couple of like mid-action movies, and now they're just directing all the Marvel movies.
Yeah,
it's that trajectory.
Got it.
So Ratman has fled a while, but now he's back.
Ratman living in the ceiling of our basement.
He's the Ratman. Me too.
Melania.
We need to see
You can't spell
Melania.
me without Melania.
Yes.
Me too. Brett
That's
Ratner.
right. Thank you.
Okay, I'm warming up. Not there yet, folks.
You'll get there.
Well, we do have a lot to say on the news of the day. So
but
can I give my...
oh, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, no, what were you saying?
I have a rare errata.
Rarata.
Rarata, if
Rarata
you will.
to vida. Okay, tell. Because I have one more as well.
Oh, okay. Well, mine is just basically the 28 days. We were talking about the going to rehab, the 28 day. We were like, why is it?
Oh, yeah.
And what's funny is I can easily say this now because I did look it up, but I did know this. As you know, I had a program years ago where all I did was talk about drugs.
Right.
It's what I thought, and this is the AI overview confirms this. 28-day rehab programs originated from mid-20th century military protocols designed as a 4-week insurance friendly. So that's the thing is the insurance says you're on a weekly thing with insurance. So it's like 4 weeks. So that's just why they don't do whatever.
We can't be doing the AI overview, dear. We don't do AI.
That was a joke.
Oh.
I just say that with everything when I give
How is
like
that a joke?
Because I'm not actually using
That was a
it.
hilarious joke I just told.
That was really funny. No, I just do that as a recurring where I always just call it if I'm reading some bullshit.
Oh, sure, that's funny.
We'll insert studio laughter later.
We will. Clap, clap, snap, snap. Thank you for that. And that's very funny. Insurance should drive the recovery process. I always say it.
You do. You say that insurance protocols are
They're not
to health
involved enough.
Yes.
What were you saying? They're not.
That's all.
Okay.
I don't want to do too much of an aside before you get to do your last errata, but really quick, I'll just say
No, I want an aside. This podcast is
aside.
A side piece.
It should be called a side piece.
Yeah.
A sloppy piece.
Sloppy
Sloppy side piece.
That was my nickname in high school.
Sizzling.
Ooh, we're cooking with fire.
Smoking.
Or kicking with gas. Cooking with gas.
We're kicking rocks and cooking with gas. No, not Ratner. Jesus, no. Seinfeld. I mean, you could say. With his 17-year-old child bride from years ago.
Yeah,
He's in the Epstein
they probably
files,
have
baby.
dated some of the same gals.
Of course. But he, we were rewatching with our child, the Seinfeld. And what it really, the Seinfeld, what it reminded me of is it's so great. And I don't know from a production standpoint how they get the studio laughter. I think they just pipe it in, like just completely fake, when they would shoot stuff out on the street. Obviously, the normal sets, Jerry's apartment, the diner, those are obviously real, live studio audiences.
I bet they film those ahead of time and play them where they go in the plot for the studio audience.
Yes, because
I doubt I don't know.
The reason I think that's what they do, or they were at least like careful in the episodes we've been rewatching and thought of, is how when there's someone in the studio
a standout
audience,
laugh.
The standout laugh, exactly. And I heard one that I then heard again in another episode on a field piece, like a field segment. It was like Kramer in the... Well, actually, I guess in the car, some of those were green screen. They might have been in the studio. But yes, I was like, this laugh is unmistakable. And maybe they just got to go to a lot of tapings of Seinfeld.
Yeah.
But I do love the standout laugh. It's really like the first one to go. They're so big. It continues.
It's like their Make-A-Wish to go to Seinfeld, but then they find a cure, and then they keep getting to go, and they're like, this laugh is really distracting. They're like, I don't know, he's pretty sick.
I know. This is like something Larry
This
David
is a
would.
plot that
meta.
I'm writing, yes, exactly, for Larry. Larry, you can use that if you want.
Come on, Larry. But it is funny. The 90s really went for it, because they had laugh tracks. I mean, going back as far as like, I remember MASH eventually had a weird laugh track.
Really?
It did. I know. Not the kind of show you would want. It's
Korean
more of like
War?
a single cam.
Why was that having a laugh track?
I mean, MASH was funny. MASH is a comedy.
It is, but it's like
dramedy.
I think there's also moments. Do they have people going, oh?
No.
Okay.
When someone was wheeled in from the battlefield in pieces and they're
Yes.
like, oh.
The war rages on.
Yeah. No, that. But anyway, yeah, they really upped the laugh tracks. They've kind of gone the way of. CBS might be the only network that has shows with laugh tracks on it anymore.
I think Barry Weiss has a laugh track on her program.
Yes, CBS Evening News now has a laugh track.
Yeah.
Excellent.
This is such a knot because I don't know any of the names, but Barry had just announced someone was like a big swinging dick at CBS, and then he was immediately implicated in the Epstein files and had to be let go. And it's just this revolving door of like the worst people imaginable.
They're just recycling all the worst. Yeah, the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to happen. That's going to happen. It's going to continue to happen.
And it is Bari, you're saying?
No, I'm doing my bit of Bari.
No, I mean,
I've heard like 3 people call her Bari, and I'm one of them.
It's Bari. It looks to me like a name that could be Bari, and that she would maybe just accept Barry because, when you have a name that's like a little bit of an unusual pronunciation, sometimes you just accept whatever.
Yeah.
You give up. You say, I have billions of dollars and I'm an idiot, so call me whatever you want.
Thank you.
Just don't call me late for my CBS show.
Just don't call me the free press.
Yeah.
All right. So
the French press?
The French press
would be my response to the free press, and it's all about guillotines.
Yes, it's all about rounding them up.
Get in here. Remember when Chris
Tony
Matthews?
What's that?
Sorry, I'm having real ADD moments. But remember when Chris Matthews cried on TV?
Sure.
When Bernie Sanders was rising in popularity and said that if he were elected, that they would be beheading people like him in Central Park.
Yes, I do recall this. This was like peak. This was peak establishment terror of the Bernie movement. Yes,
this was that like really stuck with me.
Pretty special
as a hilarious moment.
Yes, as like a hysterical Matthews at his age.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, they are killing people in the street. Chris.
That's right.
You called that, but
you called
ain't who you were worried about.
Mr. Matthews.
Yeah. All right. Well, I've one errata.
Please.
This is kind of fun. Get ready to loosen up a little. Untie that tie.
Get that tape off the ceiling.
So we talked about our chia pet.
Yes, Seedy.
We have a chia pet in our house, Seedy, and she's doing a lot better.
She's blossoming and blooming.
Yeah, we were worried.
It took a little longer than the instructions said.
Yeah, it was touch and go.
It was, but now she's thriving.
She's thriving. She's 30, flirty, and thriving. 30 minutes old. Okay, so because of insurance.
That's right.
28.
She's 28.
She's 20. Okay. I have so much to say all the time. So we had talked about who was the first chia pet. You threw out a llama.
Oh, who was the OG?
And yes, I threw out kind of like a porcupine that we thought maybe the hedgehog. No, it was Chia Guy.
Chia Guy?
Yep. Chia Guy.
Please.
It was just a guy with hair. Literal Chia Guy.
Okay.
And
just a
that
man's
was the
face.
first one. But the most famous one, the most widely distributed chia pet is Chia Ram. So that might have been kind of what you were picturing with the llama because it has like the 4 legs and like whatever.
Yep.
It's an animal.
Yes.
And it's kind of set up in a similar fashion. And so Chia Ram.
That's the one I remember seeing.
Kind of blew the doors off. See, I cannot.
And people like growing up, I think there might. I remember maybe one friend of mine on the block had a chia.
The hippies.
And it was the hippies, and it was a ram. But I just remember as a 4-legged creature. But that makes sense. It would be the ram. It certainly wasn't some guy.
No.
Mr. Chia Man.
Chia
Chia
Guy.
Chia Guy. What does he look like?
Just a guy.
Okay. Well, that's
Chia Guy.
There's a lot of different looking guys.
I'm starting to understand where the name came from.
Right.
Okay, and then you did say you would link to the Chia celebrity page.
Gotta do it.
And you did not.
And I did not.
So that's less of an errata and more of a hand slap.
That's more of a bottom
wrist
spanking.
Whip. Yeah.
For me.
That's it for you.
Well, I'm sorry.
You're
I'll
fired.
Do it.
I'm doing the pot alone.
There's at least one thing a week where I say I'm going to link, and then it just...
And you don't.
Yeah.
And you say you will, and you don't. And then people are sitting there, doink, 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 refresh. You know what? Also, I actually bet no one has ever clicked on our links.
Well, the good news is we can look.
That's interesting
analytics.
Because whenever I ask if anyone's ever tipped us, you're like, I don't know, I haven't checked anything. And now you're like, look at this little graph.
Look at this little graph. Well, it's a different thing that it's a different
Really? It's all the same interface.
Analytics. No, I have to log into a different
Oh,
thing.
well, don't log in on my account.
Can't possibly. Anyhow.
No, don't log in on my account.
Don't steal my passwords.
Don't. It's 69420.
Every password is 69420.
Never letting go of that.
It's pretty great.
I had a sketch idea 1,000 years ago, which won't matter now. But it was like at the office, the Monday morning meeting, and manager comes in and says, "Hey guys, just for backup purposes, we've had some IT glitches. I just need a backup of everyone's password. We're not going to use it. We respect your privacy, but we just need it on file." And everyone's like, Yes. Because then you go around, it's like big nasty titty 69.
Why won't that matter now?
Slurp me. I think we're past like the passwords at work situation.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I've been out of the like office game for a while, but that just feels like a very like
it feels like an early
Office Dilbert coded.
Right.
Like it doesn't feel like anyone would give it a shit
something
right
SNL
now.
would do now.
Yes, it would be breaking
Yes.
new ground for SNL, but it would probably be like, old timey for the internet.
For the kids, yeah.
For the kids. No, because now it's like retina scan into your Raya account or whatever.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of biometrics now. It's less about
piss here, shit here,
shave here,
they say.
DNA goes here.
You are hip.
Very
hip as the day is long.
That's how I get into my accounts. I just have to trim a little beard hair into a cup.
That's good. A little DNA. What else? I mean, I have some topics, but I feel like I just did errata. You want to take the floor here?
Well, I just want to speak briefly to two incredible shows, two incredible programs that have been sweeping the nation, just to show I'm hip with the television. I'm watching what everyone is watching.
Oh.
So The Pit is one that swept at the, what would it be? The Emmys, I suppose, recently. Won a bunch of Emmys, this Pit show.
The Grammys were recent, but the Emmys were
Yes, The Pit won some Grammys as well.
Wow. The EKG.
The EKG was dropped a single. Best new...
that would be a song now.
It would.
And then they'd be like, my heart stops.
20 cc's,
like
20
German.
cc's, 20 cc's, 20 cc's.
That was catchy.
We could make that
track.
We could make that track. So The Pit is a critical darling.
Okay.
But on the other end of the spectrum is the ratings blockbuster that is the 911 franchise. So 911, there's the original 911, which is just called 911.
And it's not 9/11.
It's not 9/11. No. And they're very clear. They do 9-1-1.
You struggled on that last one because they really don't. They're like, this is not a show about.
And type it at 911. Yeah, no, they make
Not a
sure
show
to
about
distinguish it
9/11.
from the /9/11.
It's weird to me. Am I wrong? Why haven't they done a 9/11 TV show yet, though? Because that would really
right.
Nostalgia.
That's right.
Conspiracy, like that is America.
Yes, no, that is. I mean, it'll happen,
and it would reinvigorate like our enemy, which would obviously be
yes, it would be
for,
perfectly Islamophobic. It would be,
the political Hollywood contingency.
My guess is because they're ramping up to do 9/11 2 IRL.
Oh,
so I think that they're like,
then they'd have to pull it immediately.
They'd have to pull. So, and they want people. They also don't want. They don't want people thinking too much.
Is that 1822? Like, what are we doing with that?
Oh, how does it?
I guess that doesn't
date
work.
wise. How does it go? What if it was just on 9/11 again? I mean,
well, okay. Columbine was 4/20. Hitler's birthday
was 4/20.
We had 9/11 as 9/11, obviously, which is funny because we're like, it's 9/11, not 9/11, but 9/11 was based on 9/11.
There's United 93, which was the movie about the one plane that the passengers.
So September 3rd, then 9/3. Like, what do we do with that? What does that mean?
What does it mean? Yeah, as far
this
as
is the writers' room here.
As we're pitching 9/11.
We're pitching 9/11 too.
As the false flag operation that they're going to run to now. At some point in the future.
To give carte blanche to do whatever they need to do.
Sure.
I think.
Or to justify.
You know what? We're going to do a ton of work. we're going to do a ton of extra hours on this. And then at the end, they're going to say, we're just going to call it 9/11 too.
Yeah, 9/11. I mean,
they'll just do it on 9/11.
They will. They'll go all the way around and they'll eventually just be like, come on.
Yeah.
9/11 2.
Never forget. Here's your reminder.
Oh, you forgot, did you?
Did you forget? When Mom Donnie was elected, and they were like, everyone forgot 9/11. What? What does that mean?
Huh? Well, it means, I think we know what it means.
Yes, but I think
it's hardly a dog
whistle. That's a stretch, though. No, that's not a dog whistle.
The dog whistle fell out of the mouth and they just started screaming.
No, that's like a guy in like one of those jalopy buses that they've like remade on the PA screaming.
Yes.
That's not a dog whistle.
No, yes. It's a Mr. Softy van gone awry.
Yeah, literally.
Someone's just like, I've got some Buster bars.
Yeah, I don't have ice cream, but I'm very racist.
Let me tell you about why a Muslim man we can't forget
equals 9/11.
Yes,
we love.
So anyway, 911, the program.
Okay, sorry.
The television program is
because this has been on for a decade.
It's been on for a decade, yeah.
And you never. I mean, we're
watched.
married. I'll just say it. I never knew you as a fan of the show.
Well, I haven't been. I've been appreciating it from afar in that it was originally on Fox. I think it moved to ABC now or whatever. But
did it change when it migrated?
See, this is not. I don't know well enough. Yeah, all I know, the only episodes I've ever watched of this, I've seen the promo. My point of bringing up the network it was on is that watching football, watching baseball, any sporting event on Fox,
the ads got you. They worked on you
for years. Yes, and they're so outlandish, and it's also now gone from the original 911 to like 911 Nashville, 911 Lone Star, and it's all the washed up.
And is it just people
Rob Lowe, but
like I call 911? There's like
yes, but
I fell in the oven. Like what are the?
But that's like that barely makes season 1 because they're the most outlandish cases. Where I'm sure some of them are ripped from the headlines.
Can you give us an example?
Well, so the one I watched recently, what got me was the promo for season 9, maybe it is 10, of the original with Angela Bassett as EP and star.
Angela.
We love.
I mean, that's a good gig. 10 years of
I think she
people judge people for doing shitty TV. They're like, I don't have to travel.
I don't have to act.
I live in town. I work a few months a year,
Yep.
churn this shit out, and I get paid so much.
Yes, I'm literally wearing an earpiece.
That's the
I don't
dream
have to
job.
memorize my lines. It is a dream job. But anyhow, this 911, the promo was all the different parts of 911. So it's your cops, your firemen, your EMTs is essentially. They're like bracing for impact. They're all talking about bracing, and there's a meteor shower that's like coming to Earth, and it's like this could be the end. Basically
but so how is the fire department going to help with the end?
So that this is immediately the online people are talking about this promo of like, well, what is there to be done here? But actually, what ended up happening is a 4-episode arc that they started the season with these 4. So I watched these 4. Now I'm done. There's a new episode.
You are done. Good, because I don't want to be rude, but maybe we'll talk.
Of course.
Like, should I be worried that this is now what you're doing?
It's kind of a red flag, yes. If you start watching a lot of 911 at this point,
and just to go from like a cool person to like a network TV person.
Yeah, no, I know.
In middle age, like I'm scared you're on.
You know
the
what it
train.
was? I think it was because I started watching The Pit, and I said, listen, if I'm going to do
this is not enough
the
disaster.
elites love The Pit, like they give it all these awards. I'm like, what are people actually watching? I'm like, this is one of the highest rated shows, this 911.
Is The
There
Pit?
are multiple franchises.
The Pit is just the bear, but you like sub food restaurant in for ER, I think.
And I haven't seen The Bear.
Because it's like fast paced, angry, like gritty kind of.
Yeah. Yes. I think maybe less gritty. But I don't know. I also haven't seen The Bear. So between the two of us, you've seen Bear, I've seen Pit.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say I've seen neither, but you're right. I've seen The Bear.
But yeah, I think it's fast-paced. It's in real time. So what's also funny is they do it in more of a tasteful, it's HBO. So they do it in a streaming way. So it gets a little more accolades from but it's no less ridiculous because it's supposed to be every hour of the Pit, every episode is 1 hour in the same day. It's just one day, one shift. So it's the same people that are working in this ER. So you see all the most, and I've been to Pittsburgh, been anywhere, even in New York City.
Brag.
Very humble brag. We love our Western Pennsylvania folks, but
right.
It's not even in Philly or New York or Chicago or LA, even the biggest place. It's like one ER, and I understand you give a little bit of suspension of disbelief to be like, would every hot button, like social, political moment issue be like taking place in one shift? Like every
in
episode,
one shift,
there's a new
but I do
ridiculous...
think the ER is probably a hotbed of a lot of stuff.
Of course it is. I would sit in the ER
hospital,
before people would go into the psych ward and stuff. I'd sit with them. I've seen it, and that was in North
and just
Philly.
for the
I've
listeners,
seen
Murf had a job in Philly
Yes.
at the psych ward, sitting with people who were having a hard time, right?
Yes, that's right.
So that's the background there.
That's right.
So you don't
I'm just
feel
saying
like this reflects what you've seen from the ER.
That's also like silly to say. I'm sure some of the medical stuff is...
That was a while ago. Could have changed. I
It
mean,
could have
the
changed. It did.
meteors are picking
The
up.
fentanyl is
that
everywhere.
wasn't the meteor.
That was
the
not the meteor. Well, that's what I'm saying. So they don't go quite to that. That's why I was like, give me this, which is still the only reason I'm saying it's not equally absurd. Like in they go to space basically. In this
They
new
go to
911, they
space
go
in
to
911.
space.
Okay.
Which is the cliche of every like improv
like the
show
local
where like
police
third
go
beats
to space?
the local police, a lieutenant Angela Bassett, who's a LAPD like lieutenant or something,
Okay.
goes to space
Right.
on a
Do they know this is
Mark
silly?
Consuelos.
Does it feel self-aware, or are people
Not
like
enough.
on the edge of their seat?
I
here?
think Bassett you know what I mean? She's trying to be like, ChatGPT also already writes this show.
Right.
Like there's no way it doesn't. And it's like, so some of the lines it's a lot of one-liners, a lot of terrible shit. I mean, she's committing. So there's no winking. No, there's no real winking.
It's a drama.
It's a drama.
Got it.
But
This is shocking.
It's
that they're in
shocking.
space.
Mark Consuelos has this 4-episode arc as like a Bezos Musk combo character.
I do like Mark Consuelos.
There's a lot. I mean, he's great. He's very handsome.
He's very handsome.
Which is, I mean, you're welcome, Musk and Bezos, because
Yeah.
two of the most
The
chodiest looking ghouls.
Yeah.
You get Mark Consuelos to play them because people couldn't look at either of those men for an hour.
Yeah, you're not getting those ratings.
No. But anyhow, the plot is so outlandish in so many ways, but so it made me just like, if I'm going to dig into the pit, let me give 911.
So this was political for you?
This was kind of a statement
You're
for
like
me.
the libs love the pit.
The libs love the pit.
MAGA loves 911. Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, because 911 is, it's fun. It's fun. I would say 911's for everyone.
For everyone. That's not for me.
ABC's the libs network.
Not my network show.
Not my network.
Not my network.
Well, it's I don't know what the breakdown of watching. Like, I think it's probably a mix.
Okay. You were kind of saying that, though. You were saying, if I'm going to watch The Pit, I got to watch 911.
Yes.
And I'm not understanding
What
either
that
of
means.
those
No,
programs
I'm losing it.
have
Let's.
to enter
I'm not
that.
trying to say this is any sort of rational
Yeah,
thought that
you
I'm
used to
engaging in.
watch cool stuff.
I still do. I still do.
Do you?
I always have. I've
What's the
always
last
watched the
cool
most
thing you
outrageous
watched?
watched shit. What?
What's the last cool thing you watched?
Last cool thing.
Oh, I know. Last night.
Real Housewives of
Yes.
Salt Lake City. Thank you. My brain is cooked.
Well,
so I'm
I want to make
giving
a
in to
quick announcement about that. No, that's not cool, but it's kind of cool. It's ironically cool. The kids like it. Gen Z loves these old bats.
it. They sure do.
They really do. But I wanted to say we finally made it to season 6, which I'm really excited
We're
about.
up to
Well,
date.
we're gonna start it. Whenever.
Yeah,
we
we
start.
made it through 5 seasons.
Wait, sorry.
I didn't watch the
I wanted
first
to hear
couple,
what
but-
happened to Mark Consuelos, so I feel like I cut you
No,
off.
it's not even. Listen, spoilers for 911 for this new season. He sends a space, huh?
I was doing the whale. Doesn't he get eaten by a whale?
Oh yes, thank you
That's
for
the
reminding
funny
me.
part.
That
I'm
is
like,
the
just
funny
say it so we can move on.
So Mark Consuelos is kayaking in a river in Los Angeles. And he...
Are you serious?
No, I guess it's the ocean. It's not the river. Sorry. It feels like a river.
The only reason
There's a bridge
I
that goes
played
over it.
dumb that I don't know what you're talking
the
about,
bay.
but what I'm saying is yesterday Murph said you have to watch this one clip. I said, what the hell is this? He said 911, and he showed me a clip, and it was just a guy getting eaten by a whale.
By a whale, yes. He's kayaking around he's on a conference call with the board and with the investors of his space company or whatever on his like Apple Watch, being like, oh, the suits are... He literally answers on the thing when they call in, it says the suits.
Yeah.
And he like takes the call and
Oh,
he's like,
that's hip.
I know. He's like, I'm kayaking. I'm a maverick, like CEO, tech guy. And then he's like bitching and moaning about whatever, and then all of a sudden he just gets eaten by a whale.
Eaten by a whale.
They save him from the whale. and he's thankful to the EMT who saved him and says, I want to send you up in the rocket like they did with Katy Perry. And,
yes.
Was it Gail? Who was in there? Gail was in there.
Gail was in there. Bezos' wife, Katy Perry, you said.
Good crew.
Yes. That's who I would want driving.
Sure. Or Angela Bassett, because she actually then saves the whole mission as it goes to hell in space. She's flying around in a suit.
The whale eats
in
him.
outer space.
But then he lives.
The whale eats, he's saved, his life is saved. The EMTs show up, the fire department, they're like, how do I get? And one of the firefighters says, oh, I watched a documentary on whales. Sometimes when boats have like sound or their horns, boats or submarines make sounds, it drives the whales up to the surface. So they hook up the fire hose from their fire truck. They put one of the cones on it. They send it underwater. They hit the horn. They hit the siren, and it drives the whale up. And he opens his mouth. Consuelos floats out.
Yeah.
And then he's dragged up to the surface and given CPR and lives.
That's wild.
Yeah. So I mean, this is 911.
But you're done watching that, okay?
That's over. It was a 4-episode arc. It came to a perfect. The reason I would say with the libs, but I would also say everyone loves this, is that he's a dastardly character. He knew the meteor shower was coming. One of his tech, one of his guys was like, yo, the shower's coming. There's a 50% chance. He's like, just go through with it. We got it. I need this PR. Get them up in space. So he throws their lives away. He doesn't give a shit. But then it's like they replace him with another billionaire CEO at the end.
But
yay, we got the bad apple.
It's the altruistic.
Classic tale. But anyhow.
We need a good billionaire to save us.
So I don't know who that's for, I guess, at this point.
Everyone? I guess you.
Eat the Rich is the title of the first episode.
Which the whale
Because the whale
did.
eats the rich, yes.
Well, and I will say that's kind of giving the orca situation because they did a similar thing where it's really bad for marine life and shatters their ears and ruins their lives. It's almost like fireworks that they do under the water where they blast heavy metal to keep the orcas from attacking the ships. And it hurts a lot of the animals down there, but the orcas will just get so pissed and they'll attack them anyway. And I really feel
orcas are lashing out.
I love that.
It's great to see.
What we need are the octopi to get up in there because
from the ocean floor.
They don't have the might of the orca, obviously, the muscle power, but they're alien geniuses.
They're very, very wise and
very
crafty.
wise.
Yes.
So I'm thinking if they got together with the orcas have been innovating. I don't know if we talked about it, but they were doing a fashion trend where they would wear a dead seal as a hat. The orcas are getting weird.
Yes, the orcas are getting funky.
I'm save us or kill us and live.
So please save us from ourselves.
Wait.
Free Willy.
The Free Willy, please.
That because half of our feeds.
Like a river, Johnny. Yeah.
Oh, yes, with Michael.
Yeah, the pedo anthem for the orca. Yeah, that's very.
There's a lot.
Yeah, I'm Free Willy is just as America as 9/11 is.
Every bit. I mean, that iconic image of him reaching up as the.
Well, we're obsessed with the innocence and the freedom, but the dark underbelly is entrapment, abuse, right.
Back to the time, which I believe we spoke of this before with Slick Willie, not Slick Willie.
Bill Clinton?
No, Slick Willie style, Will Smith, the other Slick Willie. Where they do the music video for Michael Jackson had that song was the music video.
Yes,
it incorporated the orca and scenes from the movie. This was just a time when everything was together. We were all on the same page. This is the song you're listening to from this movie. This is the music video of the two.
They made that easy.
This is the Happy Meal toys.
This is what you're drinking. It's a Pepsi. This is.
It was all there in one place, and we were all on the same.
You're
page.
in your dark teal Eddie Bauer Ford Explorer.
Yes. Wait, now something for a future in erotics. I didn't look this up. We had a little back and forth.
A fight. It was a big fight.
We had a blow up.
It was
over.
Let's just say if I hadn't moved, I'd had a vase in my head.
Let's say I slept on the couch.
Can you imagine
the Eddie Bauer vehicles now?
It was an Eddie Bauer Ford Explorer.
It had Eddie Bauer.
It was green.
So there was a specific color. Now, Eddie Bauer, for those who don't know, which is me, it was like a clothing line.
It was
yes?
like a Gap that was kind of like supposed to be more outdoorsy and rugged. It wasn't good, but I remember I had like a chambray shirt from there.
Okay.
And I had it in like 5 colors. The colors,
so it was like an outlet store.
The colors were like forest green, oatmeal, not outlet. It was just a mall store.
Mall store. Okay.
I mean, it probably made its way to outlets. I think Eddie Bauer might still be a thing.
Okay. Eddie Bauer's still around.
It had a moment in the 90s where it was like a front runner.
Did it? It had a moment in the 90s where it had a promotional crossover with a vehicle, with a Ford Explorer.
So
what the hell was that supposed to be?
Like our mall had on the same floor Banana Republic, The Body Shop, Eddie Bauer, Gap,
and a Ford dealership.
And the food court or whatever. But like those were big. It was big. Victoria's Secret.
Sure. So this was one of those. This was one of
And you were over at Fredericks of Hollywood in the back of the mall.
Yeah. I think that's just so bizarre to me. Again, these crossovers.
You didn't explain what the fight was.
The fight was, swore there was an LL Bean.
You may be right, but you were saying that was like the crossover.
And you were like, no.
The one I remember is the Eddie Bauer Ford Explorer.
And I probably was fucking up. I doubled and tripled down.
Can you look that? Let's Google that right now.
Yeah, Google fingers, so we don't need to.
I have so many things. Slick Willie, you said, reminded me of a Clinton thing I want to talk about.
LL Bean.
Hold me.
Vehicle? I mean,
like a river, Jordan. And I would then say to thee,
the Bootmobile.
You are my friend.
This is not what I was thinking of, but a 13-foot high, 20-foot long, drivable replica of the company's iconic Maine hunting shoe.
Yeah, the duck boot. That's everyone knows about that.
Well, then that's not what I was
That's
thinking.
not your family
it's
vehicle.
Eddie Bauer.
It's Eddie Bauer Ford Explorer. Look it up. Dark
Eddie Bauer
teal.
Ford Explorer.
I can picture it. It said Eddie Bauer.
A popular premium trim level known for its outdoor-themed luxury.
Yes, and it had a line of tan, and then the line broke to have Eddie Bauer in the like iconic script font, and then went back to the line.
Yes, I mean Are
we getting an image?
Yeah, here's an image, but just the first subreddit here. Just says, First Gen Explorer Eddie Bauer Edition. Once the king of the cul-de-sac, now the SUV that takes you to the reservation to get tax-free cigarettes. And I'm like, what? Okay.
That's a you thing, buddy,
Bro.
Whoever wrote that.
Yeah, like everyone knows this. Yeah, here it is. This green...
Oh,
the little green
God.
goblin. What kind of green would you? You're
I said dark teal because you think it's forest green, but there's a tiny bit of blue in there that really sets it apart on the highway.
Wow, it blows.
Wow.
I mean, so strange. What were we doing? This is when consumerism was at its like finest. Because now it's. I mean, it was always disgusting, of course, but there was something nostalgic about that level of
But you can't say there
crossover.
was something nostalgic because it wasn't nostalgic at the time. I think it
something
seems
nostalgic about
quaint
that
to us now.
Right.
Because now they're like, judging on the conversation you were having that we recorded, we're going to try to sell you this like whatever that you'll pay for. And like I saw the most dystopian meme. Sorry to describe memes on the pod, but I am middle-aged. And it was an unhoused person asleep on the sidewalk, and it was the robot delivery from DoorDash going around them, which I'm glad they went around.
Sure.
But to deliver someone a burrito that they were paying for in like 5 Klarna installments, and it was like that now makes the Eddie Bauer vehicle seem really heartwarming and nice. Yeah.
No, I agree. Because it was, but it was, you could argue it was the beginning.
Yes.
Because the why, that almost seems like an early, like you just said, it would be AI. It would be someone listening in on your conversations and going, oh, well, you're wearing that Eddie Bauer outdoor thing and you're taking a trip and you're like, you know what I would like out of my next vehicle is if it was branded with the clothing I'm wearing to go camping. So like I have a Ford Explorer now, but I'm going to get the new model. Wouldn't it be nice with that Eddie Bauer? Like it's like weirdly combining two things to then sell you.
It is combining. That's
to
what it is.
show you an ad
it's
in your feed to be like.
Well, I don't think it's like that they need they want the logo on there for status, but I think it's more telling people I'm an outdoor person.
Yes.
Like, it's
everywhere.
like, what does this say about you? That's what it's like the Don Draper shit,
Yeah,
obviously.
you're right.
Like, it isn't even just, it's like, I paid
coded.
$6,000 more.
Yes.
And
yes.
I
am an outdoor.
I sleep in a tent 7 days out of the year.
I drive in a mall store and I sleep in a tent.
Yeah, exactly. King of the cul-de-sac was a good way to say it, though, because that was it's not the rich, but it's the rich.
Yes. It's people who want to flaunt a little, but they're trying to flaunt in a very specific way.
Like mall flaunt is embarrassing, but there is a nostalgia for that that's very like normcore.
Yes.
That is like almost like we went obviously no logo as like the true luxury, and now we're back to like cheesiness. Slick Willie reminded me that I wanted to discuss White House pets.
Oh yes.
So I can do W really quick.
Do dubs.
So I was racking my brain thinking, what was W's pet? And I came up with socks.
Socks.
But that was not W's pet. Socks
W
was
had the
the
Springer Spaniels, yes?
I'll get into that. Clinton had socks.
Clinton had Socks the cat.
Yes, it was the Clintons, and I was thinking that was W. So then I had to look up W's. W had a bunch of animals.
Okay.
They had Scottish Terriers, Barney and Miss Beasley. They had an English Springer named Spot, that they called Spotty, and they had a black cat named Willie.
Oh, Willie.
Yeah,
A little black cat wandering around. That's
so there's
interesting.
Willie, Slick Willie, Socks, Spot, Miss B. Like there's a lot going on there. But I like that the Bush, Bush 2, 9/11-1, Bush 2.
9/11-1, Bush 2, yes.
They had a lot of animals.
They did. And I was thinking of the Iconic, which was the first one I even knew of because we were, at our age. I didn't really know much about presidential pets before my time. But Millie was the HW, Herbert Walker, Bush 1, had the Springer Spaniel. Millie, that was like the big...
I do love a Springer Spaniel.
Yeah.
They're
nice hunting dog. Yeah.
They're a great hunting dog. They're a little thicker and a little squatter than like some of the other Spaniels. And they're really soft and nice. We had one named Ben.
Millie had a #1 best-selling book, which was as interpreted by and dictated to First Lady Barbara Bush.
That's
so Barbara just went on a
beautiful.
full Son of Sam situation where she's like, my dog is talking to me and we're writing a bestseller together.
I was going to say that's giving Eddie Bauer Explorer because it felt quaint, but you went the other way and I'm here for it.
Yes.
Full Son of Sam.
Great.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, you're right that they had a lot. Obama, of course, had Bo.
I'd love to get my paws on that book.
Let's do a nice little reading
club?
of that. Yes, a book club of
Okay, don't forget.
Millie's.
Millie's
and then Biden had Bo, who was the Portuguese water.
No, that wasn't Biden. That was Obama.
Oh, sorry. Obama had Bo.
Oh,
God.
Wow.
Biden had that son, Bo.
That was
who was a hero, a fallen hero.
Bo's bad. And you can say he's bad even though he died.
No
he
shit,
was
you
bad.
can say. Yes.
I want to say that he was bad.
I want to go on the record.
Bad Bo.
As you skip through, it's so funny too.
It is funny. There's a lot of Willies. There's a lot of Bo's. We're having like a theme here. Biden was there kicking
Trump
around.
Just says none. This is great.
Yes.
And 2 citations.
Well, Biden famously
had Major, Commander, Champ,
Lieutenant. They were all like, they're like sniper.
Yes.
And all of his dogs attacked either him or Secret Service agents or both.
Yes.
Like every other day, I don't know if people remember, for like a couple years, Biden was getting attacked by his dog.
He was.
And they would always say, "Oh, they've sent them to live elsewhere." And I'm like, "You shot that bitch in the head."
Yes, you're treating us as if we're children. Who it's like, "Oh, Daddy had to take
they're in the
commander off to the farm."
Literally, and Hunter is like, "Oh, he's on a farm now."
Yeah,
for real, Dad.
He also got a cat at the very end. Friendly fire.
That feels pathetic. Cat at the end.
Cat at the end. Well, that was when it was like. He had deteriorated mentally to the point where you can't care for a canine. You need a cat because the cat can kind of take care of itself.
A cat can't do much damage. That's like
just scratching everyone.
Yeah, just pulls the threads out of holding his face up off.
Yeah. I mean, these pets.
Hold me like a rib. Hunter puts his arm up and Commander leaps over him into like the fire of, what was that, Afghanistan?
Yes. He was in
The burn pits?
Iraq, actually. The burn pits in Afghanistan.
Oh, Iraq, yeah.
No, it could have been.
9/11/2 will tell us. Tell us where to go. Tell us what to do.
Please tell us. What else do I have here? You have some stuff, you said? Or?
Oh, I do. Sorry. Does that count as our bush? Where this is not
it
AI.
Must.
We're doing
it
our
must.
Bush. So
Millie
Bush,
and Sock. No, not Sock.
Barney, Miss Beasley, Spotty, and Willie.
Shout out to all the bush
Shout out
pets.
to the bush beauties, the fur babies of the White House.
The 4-legged bushes.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh, wait. I'm getting word. This was not when he was in office.
Oh, no.
Oh no!
This is you need to preemptively eradicate.
Willie and Spotty were. I mean, Barney was later. 2000. When did he get out of office?
He left in 08.
Bush? Oh no, these were all in
W.
office
Yeah,
then.
W was 2000
wow,
to 2008.
guys. Okay, disregard, delete. Okay, cool. I do have some other stuff. What else did I have to say?
Memory hole, that old one.
You gotta. Okay,
You gotta delete
that.
that.
Okay, I have one more thing.
Go for it, because I have a couple, but we'll see what we can do.
All right, I've come around on Costco. Remember I had that long, sad soliloquy like 10 eps ago where I was like, you're pushing the cart and you're sweating and you hate yourself
you were
for
struggling.
consuming. Yeah, I had a rough time.
Mm-hmm.
I think I went in and I was just not in a good place to be doing Costco that day.
Makes sense.
I've since been back.
Costco's all about vibes.
It's a vibe.
Vibe-based shopping.
Yeah, high ceilings, tons of vibes. Just floating around hither and nigh.
Yep. And now you're driving around in a Costco Ford Explorer.
I am. It's actually a Costco van.
Yeah. Yes.
I could not get
a windowless
Explorer.
Costco
I just painted
van.
Costco on my van.
Perfect.
It's an old Quest minivan from the 90s.
What a vehicle.
Talk about the Bush era. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Running on that Kuwait oil.
Yeah. Thank you.
Running on that Desert Storm oil, the good stuff when it used to.
Yeah, my camo is beige. I'm not in the fatigues that you know and love. Okay, so do you remember that Desert Storm? Operation
Do I
Desert
remember
Storm?
Operation Desert Storm?
I'd be watching.
I had the trading cards, for Christ's sake.
You did?
Yeah, I had some of them. Yeah.
Trading cards for Operation Desert Storm.
I mean, these were they were like basketball cards, like tops made like.
And they're just like, this guy killed a bunch of kids.
I mean, there was body counts. No, it was like it was all the players. It was Poppy.
Cheney.
It was Cheney.
Got
yes.
that Cheney card?
Yes. I mean,
oh my God, it's like the Cheney.
I didn't have the
Cheney
was,
rookie card
yes,
is
that's the fucking Michael Jordan.
This
rookie.
is worth hundreds of cents.
That guy, the guy who does would always do the Gem Mint 10 rookies. When once the card industry bottomed out and it was like the Beanie Babies, the bubble burst. There was just a guy that would always be on TV. I think it was maybe not QVC, but that kind of infomercial where he'd be like, "We're unboxing. I'm sending out. You've got Gem Mint 10 rookie cards in every box. Look at this. You don't want to.
I do
Here we
remember
go.
that.
It's a Scottie Pippen rookie." And people were like, "What is that even worth? Can I even wipe my ass with this anymore?"
Somewhere. And I don't know if it's worth a damn, but I looked it up and it might be worth a couple hundred. I have a Magic Johnson rookie card that I got in one of those 10 packs at Black Butte. For those listeners not in Oregon, Black Butte is kind of cheesy, like
desert Oregon.
Desert resorty kind of whatever place with some swimming pools that you rent a house and go in the summer. They had a general store there. There's, you ride a horse, you ride a bike, you go in all the pools, you're on day 4 of your week there, you're bored. You go in the general store, you take the change you stole from your dad's bureau, you buy as much candy as you can. You might have 10 cents left, don't know what to do with it. There's a thing on the cash register desk, and you can get a 10-pack of these basketball cards. And it's the same thing you're saying, where they just kind of throw a bunch of crap in there to sell to people.
But
and
you got
in that I got a magic. Sorry, that was way too long of a prequel.
No.
What's it called? A preamble. Got a magic. I'm running out of oxygen. I got a Magic Johnson rookie card in that.
Incredible. Though.
And I remember I had this little red locker and I put it in there, and wherever that is, it's there.
That's incredible.
I don't know if it's in the attic or if it's in the garage.
We must find it.
I looked it up. It's not worth, I was like, this is going to be worth millions. It's worth like $600 if it's the good one. And it might be as low as like $100.
I will trade you a Gem Mint 10 General Colin Powell rookie card.
Yes,
from Operation Desert Storm. Secretary of State Dick Cheney at the time was Secretary of State.
Is there what's her face in there?
Condi came later.
Okay.
Powell was a holdover.
Got it.
Cheney obviously was.
It's so funny these exist. I actually do want those.
Remember? No. You know who I did have? Remember? Do you remember, kids? General Norman Schwarzkopf. You remember General Schwarzkopf from Desert Storm?
Desert Storm. No.
Yeah. Anyway, he was one of the big generals at the time. This was also a time where it was like, I mean, now it's a revolving door, and there's so much going on. But at this time, they were like making celebrities of the generals of the various branches of the military during Desert Storm.
If that's not, propaganda at the highest level, that's insane.
It's exceptional. But yeah, I need to get my hands on those.
I would like to get a pack of those.
Yeah, we'll trade them.
I would love that. I'd love to like decoupage a bathroom in those.
Yes.
That would be really cool.
I like when I've seen that done with trading cards, and it's fun, but we should do our bathroom in Desert Storm.
Desert Storm trading cards.
Yes, and we should, the finish on the tub and on the sink should be like that those fatigues you're talking about.
Ooh. Well, that's what I was going to say.
The sandy, what do you call? Sandy camo.
The sandy camo.
Yeah.
Sandy candy. What I was going to say is I didn't do the trading cards like you, but I remember when all of a sudden the beige fatigues were like back because of Operation Desert Storm. Mm-hmm. And this is my lib brain growing up in Portland. When people would wear like the light colored camo at school, I'd be like, war is bad. Isn't that embarrassing?
I mean...
Because the green camo is so grandfathered in. It's almost like a neutral now in fashion. Have you noticed? It's like a denim.
It's just part of, right.
It doesn't, but I remember
it's a print that and that's the Nom camo,
I know, and there was a time when that was probably,
green and,
that was probably triggering for some,
sure.
But now I feel like that's just made its way in, what does that say about America, obviously? And,
right.
To just being like it's like a plaid or a...
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. But I do remember when the like more desert-based camo palette...
You weren't having it.
Well, it felt very fresh. Like I'm jumping on the bandwagon. I'm trading the card.
Yes,
I'm ready to go.
I'm ready to go. I can't wait. I'm lying about my age to be able to sign up to get over there. Go. Good. So do I.
And we're back.
We may have had a jump cut there because we both had to whiz, and I don't know what we were exactly saying, but it was getting back into...
I think it was about the camo, but I wanted to talk about Costco. But I also just ran up and peed, and I was waiting for you to come up and pee. And I said, "Where are you?" And you said, "I'm peeing down here."
Yes.
So you once again peed in the sink.
Yes.
Oh, you're wearing a diaper.
I am. I'm taking my cues from our president, who now just shits his pants in public constantly.
Is that just a thing because
that we want to be true?
Well, because people are like, "Fuck Trump, he shits his pants," or he's old enough, he's on enough drugs, he's shitting his pants.
I also, yes, I would say I thought the former. For a while, I was kind of like, there's so much shit to hate him about it, but it is very funny when, people just make a mess of themselves that you don't like at all. But I thought it was more of that. I was like really? Is he? Yeah, and they're like, "Oh, there was that thing when at his trial, he's like falling asleep."
They're like, "No, but when Biden shits his pants, it's cool."
That's right. Yeah, exactly. These old just fucking pants shitters. But I saw this video of when he was doing it was something about like prescription drug prices or whatever. This is from like a couple days ago now. But it was Dr. Oz and RFK Jr. there, and it's like a bunch of people standing behind him. It's in the Oval, and it's like a big press event, so there's a bunch of cameras and whatever there. So anyway, someone's in the middle of saying something about prescription drug prices being lowered, and you hear audibly, which again, I think it could be fake, but the reactions. It's a shart.
Wait,
the sound.
You heard the shart?
A little. It's over while someone's actually talking, but you can clearly hear like a very wet, long fart. And the woman directly behind him, immediate reaction. Well, she hearing it. So a couple people look down at his ass. This woman is a little bit like, almost like, I can't panic.
That's a big tell, though, if they all look where the sound.
He's got the poker face, but he immediately
he
is
doesn't
like,
know what's happening.
That sounds great, like to the guy, like to cut him off.
That sounds
like
great.
Basically, yes.
My ass has spoken.
No. Whatever the guy was saying.
That sounds like a problem.
He's talking about his own ass. That sounds great. Much wetter than usual. No, but he cuts the guy off and ends the press conference.
Okay.
Turns to Doc Oz for some reason and like squeezes his hand and says, "You're great, thank you." Like, and they don't do a handshake because it's not the right hand to shake. Like they're using the same hand, I guess. And they just do an awkward squeeze.
A hand squeeze. Yeah.
And Oz is a little bit like, okay, this has to be. And then 2 aides come in.
Do you think that squeeze
and just bum rush the press out? Like they're like, we're done. And people are like, wait, this was a Q&A. Like I thought we were going to hear what they're saying. They didn't even they got cut off, and now we're being like quickly.
He's like, I have spoken.
Out of the room. Yeah. So I would say best evidence so far that he just shit himself.
I have so much to say on that. Do you think the hand squeeze was a secret, like give me
Code.
More meds kind of thing?
Yes, he was like.
Because he's very old. Which
empty
old
my
people
colostomy bag was what that was.
Well, they have some incontinence issues, but then they also have him on this insane cocktail of drugs because we've seen a deterioration. Love him or hate him, folks, but like there has been. But then every once in a while he's on again and like telling jokes at his like weird tours he does. So I feel like he is on a lot of drugs, as was Biden.
Well, do you remember that one speech? Was it either the State of the Union or was it one of the debates? Like Biden, remember he like melted, but then was that one where
Biden?
He was kind of sharp. No, but they gave him whatever cocktail they gave him.
They're like one more drop of meth, but if we do too much, their
Trump's
brain
been on
will
that
explode
cocktail
on TV.
Like he's been microdosing that cocktail for 5 years. Macrodosing.
Yeah, no.
On top of all the fast food he eats.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to say was the diet. Yes, that you just bring up. So that combination of age, drugs, and diet, like I'm surprised he's not just continuously shitting. Like
I'm surprised
dripping
there's
out
not like bile dripping out of his mouth as he's speaking. Like his bowels are as loose as they could be.
Well, loose as a goose. There was a thing for one of his many times when he was sitting in a courtroom, like for whatever reason, and there was a lot of press around that because it wasn't as controlled. It wasn't just his people that were saying, "Dude is farting all the time."
Yes,
like
the smells were dank.
Dead body farts, just like 24/7.
Yes. Yeah. So I think them bowels have been going for a while now.
Do you think that's the ultimate like status symbol though? To be like, yeah, I just shit myself. Fuck you.
Fuck you. Sit here and
smell it. Yeah.
I think it's a power. It's definitely a power play, but I also think
what is his book? Art of the Deal.
Art of the Deal.
I was like, how to
Fart
win.
of the Deal.
Fart of the Deal.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
okay.
you,
the pod is done.
That's it for us.
Good day. Fart of the Deal is incredible.
Yeah, so that's where we're at. That's where we're at with that. But I steered you away once again from your Costco.
That's a hard act to follow, the pants shitting. But what I wanted to say about Costco is, I hate fast fashion. I try to buy used clothes. I have some climate grief stuff, so whatever. I try to do the little bit that I can where I can, and obviously should be doing more.
You spank me every time I bring a Shen haul in the house.
Shen haul? You are not. I don't remember the last time you purchased clothing, dear.
Fair.
But I purchased clothing for you at Costco because this is me being a big fat hypocrite. I go into Costco, and when I have the right vibes going, I really like it and want to live there.
Yes.
And I've come full circle.
So
I want to crawl into like a bin of like Kirkland Signature sweatpants and just set up shop because I was like, yes.
So Costco has gotten a lot of things right in terms of market research because I feel like they're giving everything.
We've just aged in. This is what I wanted to say. I have become a middle-aged man. When I was young, old men, all my friends' dads, be like, these Kirkland pants are incredible. Like, oh my God, you see these khakis? These pajamas. Oh, look at this shirt. It looks like a button-up shirt, but it's made out of fleece. And everyone was like, you are so embarrassing.
Yeah.
And what I was thinking, I get what you're trying to say. Like, they've gotten hipper. I don't know. I think I am now that man who's like holding up the pair of the grossest pants. Yeah. It's like made out of dryer lint.
Yes.
And I'm like, wow,
here's what I'll say,
$13 pants.
No, I know. As the knockoffs go, as I watch the local high school children promenade to and from school, as I often do.
Wait, you're parked outside the high school again? You're not allowed to be out there.
As I see them, we live near a high school, and so we see.
Well, you're
these
also
children.
a bus driver, I'd like to say.
Yeah, so they as I see them, it is a Kirkland Signature promenade. Yes.
So you're saying kind of like
the Normcore's around.
Normcore
also,
has made
no one
difference.
has any money. Here's what I would say that's the worst part about Costco. Maybe it could be helpful.
Is it the slaves who make the clothes?
No, it's all under that umbrella. But what I think is Costco has, I think, delayed the inevitable violent revolution that has been brewing, because I think it's kept enough things at bulk affordable for people through the slave labor and through whatever, like GMOs and however the meat is, like these rotisserie chickens, whatever they're plumped up with.
I do wonder what's happening with the chickens.
I mean, they have lipstick on them, like they are presenting these chickens, but they're like
what?
But you know what I'm saying? These things, this amount of stuff, like either should or shouldn't be affordable in that way. Like you shouldn't be able to pile on the amounts.
So I shouldn't be able to buy like a large dog weight worth of butter. One time.
Say again?
I was trying to think of something heavy that it wasn't weird to say. I don't know. I lost my mind. Commander, the dog, German Shepherd. He's like 120 pounds.
Yes.
I shouldn't be able to buy Commander levels of butter.
That's right.
Like in weight.
We got there. No, we got there.
Did we?
I hear you.
I don't know where I am.
Lipstick on a rotisserie chicken.
We're
there.
Derailed.
We're there. But I do think that has like delayed the inevitable here.
I don't know.
Which is that it's contributing. I'm not saying
it's
they're
still
the
member
only.
Like it's giving elite.
We're all about Kirkland.
It's giving Le Bain.
Le Bain?
Like
now, Kirkland
early
Signature
aughts.
is they've created this brand themselves.
That's like their brand.
Now, do they outsource? Why is it just not called? They don't want it to be Costco. That's tacky for it to just be the name of the store. What is Kirkland Signature? Is a third party?
I think it's just their own thing. You know, there'll be generic beer, but they'll sell it to like a bar, and then it's Beast Bubbles, or then it's whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like I bet that there are a lot of companies that sell to Kirkland, and then they get to put their name on it. But you might be seeing those same khakis on me tomorrow, but in other stores under other labels.
Now that's tricky because this is how Whitney ends up selling Alibaba stuff. Because you're crossing a lot of streams there for the consumer.
Yeah, and she's like, it was a placeholder photo. We're back to Real Housewives, guys.
Salt Lake.
Keep up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm burping into my khakis. She said it was a placeholder photo, but I'm like, but if it's still the correct item and you just haven't done the photo shoot yet, then you're still sourcing from the same place.
Yes.
I'm doing the math here, folks.
I mean, we're helping Whitney out because we know what
Whitney's
happened.
struggling.
Whitney's struggling, but we love Whitney, and I said
like
this,
Whitney.
and I stand by this, and I think this would be.
You love her. I don't like her.
No, I don't like anyone involved in that franchise, from Andy right on down.
I love Mary,
but actually, Mary. Now, see, Mary Cosby. The thing about Mary M. That's what Andy was calling her at the reunion. Mary M. Cosby.
Mary M. What was that?
I think it's M was the middle initial. I don't know.
I don't know what he was doing.
I don't know, but we all love Mary's, straightforward. She has a lot of great one-liners, but she also was involved in is still involved in a mega church that's like.
Oh no, she is a predator.
Sure, but as far as predators go, she's the best of the bunch. But anyhow, no, Whitney. Especially last night, I've seen just a few of these. I think she like went to the plastic surgeon with a photo of like 1992 Jenna Jameson and was like, do this for me. And it's like, it's uncanny.
She's driving the Explorer.
She is she's driving the
Tits out.
The Eddie Bauer Tits Out Explorer.
Yeah. Carabiners hanging from those nips.
Ooh.
That was an outdoorsy reference, I guess.
It worked.
It #worked.
It got me hot and or bothered.
Hot and or ready to camp.
High camp. So you're at Costco. You're a full believer. You're at the mega church that is Costco.
I wanted to come clean because I was like anti-consumer or whatever, and I'm like, that's stolen valor at this point.
Sure.
I'm no better than anyone else. I'm grabbing at the clothes and I'm shoving them in the cart.
Yes.
And I'm loving it.
It's true. I mean, as far as like, housed folks go, we are. A lot of us are very much struggling. So I think this idea of like shopping at there is no other option. Like regular grocery stores are no longer. Shit's just too expensive and it's too much of a risk to.
I was also driving home from Costco
to buy. Yeah.
Because that's what I do after, and I drove by a statue and I rolled down my window and said and tried to figure out what it was, and it was a statue that was an offering or a symbol for the immigrants that make Portland great. Mm-hmm. And I was like, wouldn't have seen that if I didn't go to Costco. So I don't know. Do with that what you will.
I'm processing that.
We're going to have to cut that.
No, don't. It makes me think of the signage that we see.
I was just like,
when we're heading to pick up our kiddo.
Weird because I'm like, I just bought a bunch of butter and khakis and sweats and socks and bacon, and now I'm seeing this thing. And why is this so far away from like the center of the city? And what's happening here? But maybe that's great. And
it is great.
Then I saw a weird thing called the grotto, which you probably know about this. You're religious, right?
Sure, the Catholic grotto, the Virgin Mary.
I had never seen. It was this big like green space with is the grotto? It's like the clamshell that she's in.
That's the grotto is that's the centerpiece, but I think usually the grotto would then be the area around. There's like usually vegetation,
but why is
floral
Mary
stuff? Like there's like maybe a little fountain or something. I mean,
in a clam, like why is she in that?
Yeah, in that configuration. I don't know what the thing behind. I don't know what that represents.
It's like Birth of Venus, but that's not Mary.
No. So it there's something there's something about the virgin birth and that clamshell. I don't know what it is though. That could be wrong. That could be
I saw that too. And
anyway, the grotto is that little area, usually a bench to sit and
it's the whole area.
I
thought for some reason, and I never even knew this, but you guys would call the grotto something when we would visit your hometown.
Well, there's grotto pizza.
Yeah, but then near that there was a thing that was like a clam with Mary. Do you know what
is
about?
just like
we drove by
what
and
is
you'd be
just
like,
a grotto in general, not even.
I really don't know. I am godless.
A grotto is a small picturesque cave, especially an artificial one in a park or garden.
A cave.
Yes.
So it's not a clam.
Visits to Father Christmas's grotto. Yeah, it's a natural or artificial cave or covered recess.
Okay.
So they're usually caves near water that's usually flooded out. So I think you would create that little grotto as like the area, and then
it's like a safe place
Catholic
for
grotto,
something.
Then Mary is in there, a statue of Mary.
Okay, so if it's a Catholic cave, Mary's inside.
Yes, in the Catholic caves.
Got it.
It'll always be.
Anyway, I just had a really interesting day. I consumed, and then I saw some stuff that felt symbolic.
So yeah, in Catholicism, a grotto is a natural or artificial cave-like shrine used for prayer, meditation, and devotion, often dedicated to the Virgin Mary or a saint.
So you try to go in there and pray, and she's like, cave's taken. And
yeah.
Mary's already in there.
So maybe the grotto, the interesting thing about Mary, maybe that like half shell situation is a grotto.
That's the cave. prayer
like,
cave?
They put it also in yes, like maybe behind her that's supposed to be like, this is a little cave.
So you felt like it was referring to the whole area, the grotto, but that is just the cave. But you could go hang out next to the grotto.
You could hang out next to a grotto. So when were you hanging out next to a grotto, though?
I'm saying I was driving home from Costco. I saw this statue.
The
It was like
Kirkland
an
grotto.
offering. Yeah, and then, it wasn't Kirkland grotto. It was like a mile away from Costco.
Okay.
But it was obviously some Catholic shit. But it's just weird, like stuff I've never seen in Portland.
Yes.
I'm like, take the long way home. You know what I'm saying?
Take the long way home.
Take the long way home.
We've seen those, the signage, the great, fuck ice signage that we see consistently. There's a street.
Fuck ice. Ice kills mom.
Ice kills moms. All that signage.
Oh, I love a homemade sign.
And when I drove by the other day, it was all, there's usually like 4 or 5 signs, and they were changing, around the messaging and stuff. And then there was nothing other than one sign, and it said, "Arrest Hannity."
Well, that's funny because the one I thought you were going to say.
to the very specific.
I love that you and I are driving on the same road, but seeing it at different times because I saw one that just said Al Qaeda 1.
Al Qaeda 1.
Which
Victoria. It was victorious. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, not like
Oh, this is like Air
9/11
Force
1. Yeah. No. But again, I'm like I do understand that, but that isn't as clear as fuck ice. I feel like we're getting
moment,
like
we're bopping around a little.
But Hannity 1, you saw?
No, Hannity 1. Arrest Hannity.
Arrest.
It called
Hannity.
for the arrest of Sean. I assume Sean Hannity. Who else? What other Hannity? Unless this someone's like neighbor just fucked them over. Like somebody fucked
Hannity,
this person
like
over.
The right wing pundit,
the talking head from Fox, the Hannity show. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm a big,
I mean,
strong
sure.
jawed
I'm like
Sean.
fine with. I mean, go ahead. But
Right.
is that like a linchpin player in like the current climate?
I don't know what he said recently. I mean, he's been, he toes the line. At this point, Hannity, I love, again, we're going back to the quaint era when Hannity was sort of a like right-wing radical, like popping off. I'm like, he's like a fucking grandpa at this. Like, I'm like, listen, bro, with Nick Fuentes out there, like you ain't shit, Hannity.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
You're toeing the like Republican establishment line.
No, they're very,
But anyhow, yes,
benign compared to, I mean, fuck them forever. But I just mean there are like these new ghouls that have popped up.
Yes, the ghouls have heightened
far more
as they tend to do. But Hannity, I don't know if there's anything specific. I didn't look it up. Maybe something happened.
We should
to cause it. Now, Al Qaeda 1 is interesting because, in many ways,
can I say what I think it means? They
obviously just straight up won in terms of we were there for 20 plus years in Afghanistan.
Well, there's that,
and they're now in control of Afghanistan again. So.
If I had to say what that artist was thinking when they made that sign was like 9/11 was a commentary, a protest on the West and consumerism. And I think what that means is like now we've like doubled down on the grossest shit that we've been doing. And it's saying like they
won in terms of like what they thought our excesses were then have now only gotten worse. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. And maybe that's too much of but that's what I'm driving.
You could read it.
I'm listening to the radio. I read that. I go, huh. That's where I got to. I was like, they did win.
Oh, yes, they did. I mean, they also
like
just
being
literally
like mission, like we're gonna go fight whatever. I mean, obviously, as ridiculous as all that shit was.
Well, we funded them and armed them and trained them as well. So there's that.
Right.
So they won in that sense.
Won. That means we won.
So technically, yes, they're kind of our army. They were for a period against the Soviets.
So Al Qaeda 1 is basically America first. It is. Because you're right. It's
Yes. The America First Al Qaeda 1 crowd. Yes, we just need hats now. We need merch.
This is like
Al Qaeda 1.
This is the Ouroboros. What's that?
The Borealis.
No,
the green?
not the.
No. Oh, the snake eating the tail. That gorgeous star.
That's like we're really, but it's like don't tread on me because I'm already eating myself.
That's right. Yes.
Hi, I'm Al Qaeda.
And the head of the snake is Bin Laden, and the tail of the snake
is George Bush.
George W.
W.
No, H.
Oh, H. And Cheney's holding the.
It's a now turned into a what do you call what was the ass to mouth? What's that fucking thing? What was that movie?
Requiem for a Dream?
No,
Human Centipede.
Human Centipede. Thank you.
Snake Centipede.
Snake Centipede. Al Qaeda 1.
U.S. Al Qaeda.
If you would want to fly,
we're on so
Air
many
Force
lists.
One and Al Qaeda One. These two planes just race each
but
other.
Al Qaeda One is WON.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I think that one made me think. So I did appreciate that.
I love a good, thoughtful, homemade sign that's out there.
Yeah, it's
on the lawn.
On the lawn.
Get off my lawn.
There was a good one you saw recently. Liberals are cowards.
Liberals are cowards.
I liked,
is one. Yes.
that was sprayed onto like a piece of stone somewhere.
Yes, it was. Yeah,
but
it was like
that one was good too.
It was like a permanent fixture, but that was very DIY. It was like, oh, this ain't going.
No, that's old school.
Away,
that's like a can of spray paint and a dream.
It is. And that is a perfect segue, I feel like, into this piece. And listen, we're always tough on the libs on this program, but I will still just say this. What's very funny about the Alex Preddy
hilarious
situation. Yeah, that hilarious situation. What's funny about the 2A angle, as the details of Alex Preddy, who was the ICU nurse that was murdered executed in the street by Border Patrol. What was interesting, there's a lot of layers to that story, but the one that's funny to me is at least the 2A crowd. I think we actually talked about this in the last.
This is the Second Amendment
that the NRA even came, like people, right. Some people on the right that actually are principled in that area, coming out and saying this is a no. Like treating that as the reason why you just killed this person is a hard no for us.
Agreed. Agreed that they said that.
Agreed that they said that. Yes. Well, but this is interesting. So then the libs.
We agree on the facts. Yeah.
The libs are struggling with that angle of this story because the libs were, of course, the resistance crowd, which God bless them, they've come a long way since the first Trump era.
Yeah.
Starting to maybe dissect a little bit more systemically than just like bad orange man of the problems of what's going on here. I think that's what's funny is about the 2A though, because they, of course, are very much like they were like Alex Preddy as soon as it broke, like this is so terrible. This was a guy who's helping, ICU nurse, veteran, or he works at the VA hospital, whatever.
Had a dog, an elderly dog that he carried outside, and
I mean, yes.
I'm just saying from the smallest anecdote
yes.
to like the way he like lived his life.
Bearded white dude, around, like lib's wet dream in terms of this scenario to get behind.
Kind of has like Noah Wiley vibes.
No, don't get me started on Noah Wiley on the Pit.
I won't.
But anyhow,
but a white guy in scrubs.
Yes, a white guy in scrubs. Definitely giving Wiley. He then, though, they're like, oh, but he had a registered pistol on him, which is, again, we've talked about too. It's funny because like when you look at like gun ownership in like New York City or any big,
they're like, but
in the Upper West Side, it's like all these libs and they're like, they all have guns up there, but they don't like this idea of guns on the streets. They don't like this idea of brandishing a firearm, any of this stuff.
But he was listening to Bon Iver in his car.
He was
they're like don't know which way. Yeah,
is this our hero?
Right.
Is this our rallying figure here for this to spark this movement?
Well,
to
this
the next
is something
stage?
I want to say. I think Preddy's actually pretty ideologically consistent, but people love this. Like I remember this with Luigi, where people were like, he like hated the healthcare system because of his personal thing, but then he like said weird shit online. Like it's so chaotic, and then everyone's like. Then they're like thinking of whether they should support someone's ideology or not if it's inconsistent. But I think that's so much more common than people realize. Like the boxes have gone out the window.
Long
I think
gone,
there was
boomers.
a time.
They're long gone.
I think there was a time where most people would probably have a few bullet points that were consistently with the red, blue, whatever.
And when your media was less, when the media was just your two cable news channels, one is towing this line, the other one's towing that line. Now that's gone. That's long gone.
It's so normal now for someone to have some, like, maybe, in my view, problematic views around tech and AI, though, because they're excited about the future and they're looking at these, like, tech ideologues or whatever, but feel really a different way about something that is connected but is healthcare or whatever because of, like, their own experience or their family, and then they fall on a political line in one area and they think something was, it's just like, what the fuck? It's like the Real Housewives you were telling me, most of them are MAGA. Which I was surprised.
some are very much so, I think.
Yeah, but then you're like, but they love gay people or what, you know what I mean? And then you're like, that's gone. Like that, of course, that's still.
The boxes are gone.
That exists in the most fringe ways, like the bullshit that they're trying to pull. It's to get people like frothed up about this like tiny issue. I don't mean that the issue itself is small, but I mean the percentage of people it actually affects is small, and it's kind of a distraction from things like, Medicare that would, affect a lot more people, et cetera. But I'm like, I don't think, anyway, that's it.
Yeah,
the ideology being consistent does not track anymore. I don't know who that's for.
No. And these issues, because it used to be, they were like, these are the, like, 4 issues. You know what I mean? So for at least for like libs and conservatives, that they were able to easily argue about. Abortion, gun control.
Yeah.
Was always like a big, I guess immigration in some way.
The economy.
The issues that they simplified, oversimplified, and put people in a box to be like, you are either red team or blue team based on this shit. Which is just funny because I do get, like, that was always, for your more like, the establishment, like red team people, was always the rural, which is why someone like Bernie, like, or other like people from more rural areas would get an A grade from the NRA because they're like, I don't vote. Now they've probably
they're like, I'm actually just representing where I'm from.
And these common sense about like, should people with mental health background check, et cetera, all that. But what's funny about arming in the street, now we're talking about you're going out to fight whatever you want to call this, a fascist, a state that we're up to, but these masked agents just ripping families apart. If you're going to hit the streets in that scenario, then you just get into like, are you armed? Like legally or illegally is what you always want to look at. But for the 2A crowd, someone who has the right, this is exactly whether you agree or disagree with doing it now, this is what the whole 2A fucking movement is.
Yeah.
And this is what
Tyranny.
Leftists back in the day would certainly, not libs, but actual left, the SRA, like being an organization
Socialist Rifle Association,
as a response to the NRA, to be like, this is not right wing being like, oh, you're going to have, because you're like right wingers, you'll be
America.
fine.
Everybody needs a gun.
Yes,
that's what they're saying.
America,
well, I also would say, and I think you've said this before as well, that the rich libs always had guns too. There's like this huge hypocrisy there with the argument.
Yes,
certain people across the political spectrum have always been armed.
Yes. And then, of course, when it was like the easy move to like when the CIA and DEA flooded the streets of Los Angeles with, fully automatic rifles and fire Tech 9s and AK-47s and all this shit to then just mix that up. And you're like, well, these people running guns, like that then became like, oh, well, we can't have like this amount of illegal firearms out there. But then they're like, well, we want everyone to kill themselves.
Well, they also brought all the fucking Hummers and automatic shit back from whatever the hell they're doing over in
Desert Storm,
literally, and like then that was just the NYPD's little toys. Yeah. Like,
so I mean, again, it's at the bottom line is like, of course, peaceful. And now you see these signs that are like, peaceful protesting is subversive, and like we need to be. It's like a lot of these old, again, the resistance libs, like, and God bless them for a lot of stuff they're doing. But I see it all over in Portland. It's like these signs that are telling people how to protest that are out there, and you're like, do your like resist fascism, fuck Trump, like put all those signs out.
Well, here's the deal.
Let's not have lawn signs that are telling kids how to go out and protest. Like, that's just
Portland
silly.
This weekend, there was a union-led, and big unions, SEIU, nurses, etc., teachers-led march that started in a park and slowly went towards an ICE facility. They had signs. It was one of the ones that's like planned. You can like RSVP to it. Like that, this was the peaceful protest. There were families there, children, elderly, whatever. And they just tear gassed the shit out of them.
Yes.
There were like kids vomiting, like people's eyes oozing. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm not advocating, I'm not telling anyone how to protest, but I'm like, I don't see how the peaceful protest is any, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're saying if that had turned violent, then there would have been an agitation there that would have created that. I'm
if
like,
someone
well,
pulled out
anyway.
a firearm that was registered to them, like they're a lawful gun owner, if you pulled out a firearm
then they would tear gas the children.
Then it would be right.
Well, maybe.
But I just mean,
of course, it can always escalate further, but I'm like, they're already doing violence.
Yes.
Like they're using chemical weapons that are illegal in other
agreed.
Civilized
They're
places,
lawless, masked like thugs. So I think at this point, all I would say though is then that's why you're just like, no one's telling you that you're, that this style of problem, like just keep the movement, keep it moving. Don't turn to your left and be like, hey, You're doing this way. It's like
did it wrong.
All come and they'll have their false flags like when they need to anyway. Like if a protest isn't violent enough, they'll bring in fucking outside violent. Agitators, FBI agents, whoever to fucking. I mean, they've literally been caught doing that
with BLM. Like they would have weird guys come in and just set a bank on fire and run away.
Yes,
and
or
people would be like, we don't know that guy.
And, pull away.
He's not with us.
Yeah.
Like we asked him who he was, and they fled the scene. And you're just like, I don't know.
And we've seen even in these protests, people. There was one. This dude was burned a flag. And this is in Minnesota, and then people following live streaming.
They said, "Who are you?
Who are you? What's your? Do you have a mask on? And you're certainly not with us. You're clearly just someone who tried to
create a viral
situation.
moment so that the press can say, "Look, they're burning the
flag."
Yeah,
which is also just very funny.
That's that's an oldie.
That's an oldie.
That's a throwback. Burning the flag.
Yes. But anyhow, that part of there's just little specifics about all this that are just fun and funny to watch, and I think that was one of them where it was Liv being like, Preddies, we're all getting Preddy tattoos, and then they're like, wait a minute,
he had a gun.
Yeah. I also saw a hilarious. Oh, you showed me the thing about we know more about Alex Preddy
than we did about
in 24
Crooks.
Hours than we did about Crooks in years. That's just fun.
That is fun.
I also saw another justification that we're living in a simulation.
Oh, great. You buried the lead here.
The Matrix, because the first two people that were reported on by the media in a large way that were killed by ICE and Border Patrol is pretty good.
Pretty and good, yeah.
So that means we're living in a simulation.
You mean the two white people?
That's right. The two whites.
Because a lot of other people have been killed by ICE.
Certainly.
Yeah, it's not good. Pretty good.
Pretty good. That somehow.
And you think that means we're in a simulation?
I don't think that. No, I'm just reporting on what I see.
I mean, it's pretty,
floating around on
not
the time.
Pretty.
Of course.
It's an I, not a Y.
But you gotta stretch it.
That's true.
To justify the Matrix, we can stretch a Y to an I.
Okay.
Come on now.
I do what I can to justify the Matrix.
You do on a daily.
Thank you. I don't know if we want to open up this can of worms, but I had one other thing I thought about talking about.
Let me get my can opener, dear.
Oh, I don't know if I'm saying this right. The Enneagram. Enneagram. There are 9 personality types.
You once walked me through this, and it was fascinating.
I did. This is so random, but 20 years ago in this episode, you were talking about Mark Consuelos' character being like a maverick. And it reminded me, I was just looking back at my Enneagram type, and it's a maverick. That's why. So I was that's a fun thing to discuss is the Enneagram types. Because basically the idea is when you're out of sorts, and this is for all 9 types, it's dangerous and bad, more so for some types. But there's a person that's up to no good. Yes. And then when you're at your best, that there's these really strong positive attributes that
will shine.
In your world.
And you're a maverick.
Yes, but we were both, I couldn't remember. I think 8, we're both 8, which is the challenger. But you were an 8-9 and I was an 8-7. The wing is kind of it's like a moon or a rising. It's like something else to toss in there
I'm just looking at EnneagramInstitute.com.
Okay.
Yeah,
so look
the challenger, the peacemaker.
I think I was a challenger, but then with 7, it made me a maverick. There was something about that reminded me. And the reason I had that on the brain is I was looking at that recently, and I was thinking it's funny that we have no balance in our home.
No, we don't. We're the same on the Enneagrams.
Yeah, we just have a lot to say. We're not the exact same. Did you look up what it meant?
Well, these are the 9 Enneagram types according to EnneagramInstitute.com.
So
the reformer, the helper,
7.
the achiever, 8 and 7.
Look at 8 wing 7 and look at 8 wing 9.
8 wing 7. 7's the enthusiast, busy, fun-loving type, spontaneous, versatile, distractible, and scattered. 8 is the challenger.
Okay.
Powerful, dominating type, self-confident, decisive, willful, and confrontational.
But together it creates something else if you're an 8 wing, whatever. Anyway.
Right. So 8 wing 9 is the peacemaker.
That's you.
Easygoing, self-effacing, receptive, reassuring, agreeable, and complacent.
Complacent? Oh, maybe.
Well, but wing. So that means I come from the challenger into the peacemaker.
Yeah, but I think that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I'm certainly not complacent, but
Well, but I think
easygoing,
you're
self-facing,
complacent
reassuring.
about like tasks. You know what I mean, though? So
Yeah.
I wonder if that combination is
Sure.
you save your challenger juice for like the big stuff.
Yeah, so 7 wing 8, and I'm an 8 wing 9. So we both
No,
needed
no. I'm 8 wing 7, and you're 8 wing 9.
8 wing 7. Okay, so
you're
more
then
in.
we're both dominant 8, but we
Okay.
have a little bit of something else.
All right.
Like I sway on one side of the 8, and you sway on the other side of the 8.
Now this has nothing to do with the stars. This is a personality type like a psychological analysis. Of,
I don't think
right?
it technically has anything to do with astrology, but I did see that a lot of Scorpios are 8s. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
So I'm
there's
sure
got to be overlap
there's got to be thematic.
because
yeah.
but I'm just saying this is the more grounded. I don't even want to say evidence based, but like science.
Don't
Well,
say
Enneagram, but it's like Freud. You know, I mean not Freudian, but I'm just saying it's
some
philosophical. That's like take a
psychological-
test. If you answer like
Yeah.
if you do this in this situation, do you normally sign off your emails like this? Whatever the fucking questions I ask.
Yeah.
Like what do you?
But like I would say you're an Aquarius, and I would say there's probably a lot of 9 and Aquarius overlap.
Double Aquarius.
Double Aquarius, Leo rising. We're giving away all our secrets today.
I'm a double Aquarius Leo rising and an 8 wing 9.
Look at you. I think we just wrote your Tinder profile.
That's it for me.
One of these days.
One of these days we'll be back on OkCupid.
Oh, yeah.
The two of us. Remember
Oh,
that?
I did.
Just a website, not even an app.
No, you popped up on OkCupid. This was pre-app, yeah.
Pre-app.
You had to get out your actual computer.
You had to get out
boot
a
up,
desktop.
log in, and find some dick.
Tra-la-la.
Tra-la-la. Yeah, that was a weird time.
Weird time to be alive. Not as weird as this time.
Yet we persist.
Not as weird as today.
Anyway, I feel like we didn't do much with the Enneagram, but I think that's like a fun topic.
Let's stew on it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I need
Report
to look
back.
I remember you walking me through it in detail. This is years ago now.
I just remember my whatever it is, when it's bad, it's really bad. So I feel like that's a lot of the people we're talking about. Like,
Yes.
our dear leaders might fall into that. But I like to think I'm on the good side. I have to believe that, or what am I doing?
Well,
you know?
yeah, I was just going to say, because if you look at like the astrology of some of these the figureheads of this disgusting moment that we're just, that's coming to a head here. If you look at a lot of their astrological signs versus like this, I think you just probably know what they are based on the Enneagram.
Yeah, but anyone like who's like the fucked up version of themselves, like unhealed or insecure or whatever, it is bad. So
Right.
I think there's arguments to be made for anything.
Well, and that
It's kind of like in astrology where there's like the escape valve where you're like, I don't really track with any of these. And then someone goes, well, but look what your Venus is. Like there's always some other reason.
There must be.
And don't come at me, astrology girlies. You know I'm here for it. But I just
You're
think
an ally.
there's always the outlier that it doesn't really check out. And then there's some reason why it does.
That makes sense. No, it does make sense. It makes a lot of sense. If you're trying to categorize people, you're trying to pathologize people. We got to have some. Yeah,
the human brain loves a compartment.
We love it.
I think it's funny if you listen to this episode and you were like, he's watching 911, she's at Costco.
And they're breaking down their Enneagram.
Literally, it feels very like, I don't know, basic. Have we become?
Have we? We've all always been basic. All of us. I'm talking to all of us now. Who's not basic on some levels?
I don't know.
I mean,
that's interesting.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Mark Consuelos, maybe not. Everyone else, yes. The last thing I want to end with here, because there's not much to say about it other than I couldn't possibly enjoy it. Have you seen these boneless couches? Have you seen any ads for these boneless couches?
Is this a bit because I just said we were basic?
No.
You're like, you know what I like?
Yes.
Fries with ketchup. Sue me.
Sue me.
Sorry, what is a boneless couch? And what is
a boneless couch? It's a couch you can order that.
Is it a beanbag chair?
No. It's in a vacuum sealed. So it ships, you open the vacuum seal and it pops out into a full sectional.
My eyes just got so wide.
You just Mary M. Cosby'd with those eyes.
Yeah, I literally thought you were going to say, and there's a love seat.
No, it's a full sectional.
Wild.
And so you see the people sitting. It looks like, the children jump on. This is a nice couch. You see a nice dainty little lady get on there.
Grandpa
I'm going to read a
shits
book.
his pants on it.
Yes. I'm just like, there's no way that holds, is my point.
What the fuck is this topic?
Hold me.
We're really petering out here at the end.
No, I'm just saying. If you haven't seen the boneless couches, that's fine. They're called boneless couches.
But boneless, you mean like it has no skeleton?
Yes.
Okay, so it is a beanbag. It's a glorified beanbag chair.
There's no beans or bags. But yeah, I mean,
I just mean it's just got a different shape, but it's just a soft thing.
It's like a giant, soft, foamy thing. Like I'm sure that
it's a dog bed with a back.
Yes, with what are they called? PFTs, PT. What are they?
PFAs.
PFAs are just flying out of the. Yeah, it opens and just the microplastics go directly into your balls.
It's a 3M bomb of forever chemicals.
Yes, but yeah. Anyhow, couldn't lounge on one of those.
Well, let's go to Costco and check one out. You might be singing a different tune by next week.
When it just opens up in the store, and I jump on.
I have to go to Costco.
And I kiss my rotisserie chicken on its lipstick lips.
Still feeling like that's a mystery.
Well, we're dealing with a mystery without any clues, and we're working on our night
Building a
moves.
mystery, choosing so carefully.